ourselves, obviously, too. We're going to do a lot of reps, but we're hopefully going to do those reps really well. And like I said, the tempo's a little picked up, but there's nothing harm in being in a little bit better shape. So,
yeah. Well, and also the false starts leading to the gassers afterwards too.
Yeah, those are never obviously fun. You don't like doing gassers; they suck. But at the same time, it's never like, oh, he's mad at us that practice, so he's gonna add one on. You know, it's very much a X equals Y type thing. Y equals X, but you do one false start, you one gasser. Like it's a very fair thing where like you're like never beforehand you're like yeah, you're upset yourself for getting the off start, it's a false start or whatever, but now it really brings into the connection in at least our heads where it's like, hey, you make this mistake, you're not just hurting yourself or you're not upset, you save yourself, you're affecting the team, you're affecting the group. It's not just going to hurt you, it's going to hurt the team. So, it kind of creates that accountability for yourself. So, while we still have a few issues here and there, I definitely like what's behind it. I don't like having to do them, but I like how it's fair. It's, hey, you do this, you get this, and it creates that accountability for everybody.
I remember that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mike, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Is there within this?
I was not ready.
Is there one thing that Bob's doing differently compared to what you've been learning in the past that's stood out to you in your eyes so far?
I mean, every coach has different techniques, different coaching methods, and I mean, even if you look at the pros, every single offensive line, there's gonna be things that overlap, but every single offensive line is gonna have different techniques, different things like that. So when he came over, we knew there was gonna be differences, and but I mean, in terms of just standout things, it's just different techniques. We approach things a little bit differently. It's not like you're recreating the wheel here, but it's definitely like there's differences and they're noticeable differences in terms of like playing. But I personally have been, just like I said, been a student of the game where I'm trying to absorb everything I can and perform it to the best of my ability every time I get the opportunity.
What was your reaction when you learned that he would be the next line coach here? He's coached some pretty impressive units in the past.
Yeah, going up to when they announced it, everybody's going to throw out every name they can think of as rumors or whatever you're going to hear. So we had no idea really going into it who it would be, because obviously Coach Chris has to know before we know.
Yeah.
But when Coach Chris made his decision, I was back home in Michigan, and Coach Chris called me. He's like, "Hey, Mike, this is what I'm thinking. How do you kind of think about it?" And it was funny. I'm like, I like it, but I don't really know if it really, my opinion, matters. He's like, no, it does. He's like, I value what our offensive line guys really do think about this, which is true. I mean, Coach Chris, I'll say it from screaming from the mountaintops, he's the epitome of a player's coach. He's here every day. He's a personal coach. He knows personal details about everybody on the team. Hangs out, talks with us, cracks jokes. But he's also a great head coach. But on the next thing, but then after that, probably with probably an hour or two later, Coach Bo called me and kind of like reintroduced himself also, and was just excited to get after it. So when just excited to get after it, you see those guys that he's coached. I mean, those are the guys, offensive linemen, you look up to. I mean, there's just too many to count of just guys where you're just like, that's the type of guy you always strive to be when you're an offensive lineman. So you look at them, you're like, he helped them get to there, so it's definitely something that's exciting.
When you mentioned the call that Chris gave you when you were home, do you do that to the rest of the room, or is that you're not sure?
I talked to a few guys I know that he gave a handful of others calls too. I don't know exactly. Like we said,
Right.
So I was in Michigan. Other guys are all over. So I mean, I was really like hitting them up, saying like, "Hey, what's up? Like, what did you say?" But I know for sure he gave a handful of other guys for calls for sure, and I assume he gave quite a few more. I just haven't inquired about it yet.
Yeah.
How is it being at right guard? Not just that, but I know you've played the interior before, but how's it like kind of being at right guard solely, and then also working in tandem with Logan on that right side of the line?
Yeah, I like playing guard. I have always said I can play both sides. I guess I'd say in terms of natural, like just how I'm made, I wired, whatever, how I'm built, whatever you want to say. Right's probably felt a little bit more natural to me. But so it's been good. It's been welcomed. I like it. And then in terms of working with Logan, I think just our outside connection of being good buddies, good hanging out, knowing each other, knowing how the other one thinks, and I think it just creates. But yeah, just knowing how the other one like how their mind works, know how the other one thinks, just it creates a really good foundation to build success between the two of you, where you can look over there and it's never that like time where you're like, oh, I don't want to yell at this guy right now because he messed up. Nah, you keep each other accountable. He's gonna punch me and be like, dude, what the heck? Or I'm gonna do the same to him. But at the same time, I think we have a high ceiling and a lot of room to grow. Like I said, it's only been 8 practices, but I think there's a high ceiling for us, and I think we can do some really good things next to each other. Just continue working together, and I think that connection will grow something special.
What are your impressions of him over there? What do you think he does well?
Of Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Logan's got the body that just where when he's got the long arms and he's that size, but he's still athletic, he's agile, and I think when you even put him against some of the really good pass rushers, he can really snap out, get good length on those guys and really shut down some of the best guys we have on our team. And I mean, he's still with all that, he's still powerful where you can shut down a guy trying to bowl him. I think when he's in that zone of of a pass rush, I think he does really well. And I think just kind of when we work together, double teams, I think when we're really locked in well together, he brings quite a bit of explosiveness and something you enjoy doing things like gap combos with and things like that.